Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews. And today we'll be reviewing the Ironbee. This is by Inkee. We've reviewed a product from them before, and it was a great product. If you don't know that, I'll leave a link to that somewhere, either in the cards section of this video or down in the YouTube description, but go check that one out as well. But this was pretty cool because these two items here are different, but yet sort of the same. We get the Ironbee wireless remote shooting grip here and the Ironbee wireless control extension rod. Yes. The extension rod, we'll start simple here. Here it is, right? You just pull this guy straight out and you get an extension, sort of like a selfie stick. Clamp this back down. This will move forward and back for your tilt here. And I like that it's a firm, good, solid grip. You get the 1/4" thread here. You can just turn. This is primarily plastic, so I think it all is plastic actually. And you do get a tripod mount here at the bottom. Cool thing, this pops off. This is actually a wireless controller for your camera. It will primarily only use control Canon and Sony cameras, and there's a whole list of cameras, direct to Bluetooth connection without the included dongle. There is a dongle, micro USB dongle for I guess older Canons or Sonys or something like that. It doesn't offer Bluetooth connection, but you know, we got a Canon M50 here, which is fantastic. Not the Mark II, but it will work on the Mark I and II. I have a Sony a7 III that I'm filming this with. It connects perfectly up with that for wireless control without the dongle. So I can sit here and hit record, not record, and that is great. You can, let's look at what the controls offer here. On the controls, you can zoom in and out. That's good for those compact shooters, you know, like the RX100 or something like that, which Mark VII I think will work with this without the dongle. You can take a photo, video, and you can you have C1 control there. So whatever your camera C1 is set up for, you can get that here. Pretty simple, plain Jane, magnetizes to this. Not much to really look at. I did try to connect this to my mobile phone because I was like, hey, Bluetooth, I can connect it up to my mobile phone. Slap this on the end, boom, I've got controls. I can relax, control things here, there, whatever, you know, with the phone, but it would only take photos through the Bluetooth controller. I couldn't get the zoom in, out, record function to work. I did say there was an on-off switch. I don't know if I did, but there's a little on-off toggle there. So I'm going to test this out. I have, what is this, a Sigma, what is this, Art Series or something like that, 16mm. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But anyway, it's a lens here. It doesn't zoom, it's fixed. So we're going to see if this will work on this here, and if it's strong enough to hold this, because this is a small camera but a decent size lens. So this might be pushing to its limits possibly of the selfie stick. Whoa! Look at that. Surprise, surprise, surprise. It's working. Wow. Look at this firm. Holy smokes. I don't think it's bleeding down any. That is really cool. I didn't think the plastic would be strong enough to hold this. Look at that. It is. And pretty firm. It's not sliding around or anything, so this tightens up pretty well. Fold down like that. Well, that is really cool if you have, wow. Impressed. Look at that. That's a lot of weight. And this is all plastic. Would I trust my camera with this? Yeah, I think so. It feels completely sturdy. Look at that. Wow. I kind of didn't know that it would hold up so well. And then you could just, you know, use the remote and actually have a handheld, but you don't have a tripod with this one, you know, and this one's a cheaper build. It's plastic, so it's probably not going to hold up to heavier cameras than this. So this is probably the heaviest I would go would be the Canon M50 with a bigger lens on here than the kit lens. But if you had the kit lens, it would obviously work fantastic in any kind of point and shoot camera, like RX100 Mark V 2nd gen right there would work obviously perfect with this, and then you would get the zoom in and out. But we'll go ahead and cover how to connect this to the camera. It's pretty simple. I did it with the Sony a7 III. But yeah, let's do that right now with the Canon. So what we're going to do, and this is pretty standard on all cameras, not just this one, but you'll go to whatever setting your wireless communication settings is. On the Sony, it's in the network. This is in the little tool section here. Go there, then you got Bluetooth function. You want to enable the remote. Then you'll go down after you select remote, you go to pairing, controller, you'll turn it on, of course. Record and C1 down together till you get rapid pulsing. You'll keep holding that rapid pulsing down, and then boom, it connects with a solid light like so. And it says here on the screen, we are connected. Okay, thanks. And after you have it connected, you want to make sure you go to remote control and enable remote control. That's on number 1 under the camera section there. Make sure to enable the remote control if it's not working for you. Boom. See, it's recording, and I'll turn it off. Boom. I have a fixed lens. My zoom's not going to work. I can take a photo. Boom, it just did that. And that's kind of C1, whatever my button is programmed for that, which I don't have anything for that. So, it's working. Hallelujah. So that's how easy it is to pair this up with all your cameras and stuff like that. Super duper easy, no issues whatsoever. Let's talk about, I guess, the benefits of a boom, what you could get out of that over just having a handheld selfie stick before we get into the other product, because this is the cheaper product and we've got a better one to look at. So now I'm just gonna demo the benefits of having a boom reach even on a big camera like this. It may look stupid or goofy, but your framing can be there if you've got people with you or what have you. So on the remote, I'm gonna hit record, and now we're recording here, and this camera has a nice red flash that goes off to let you know that it's recording. It's such a good, great camera from Canon. I can't say enough about it. Looking at you, kid. Can't say enough about it. It's 1080p, 60 frames per second. It's the best you're gonna get, but I just convert that to 4K when I'm rendering out. So now we're just regular handheld mode like so. This is about as good, as wide as it's going to get. So if you have multiple people with you, this is a good framing, I think, for this. Looks good, right? So now let's just boom it out and tilt this down a little bit. And now we've done that with just gradually extending the arm out, resting it on the table and holding this. This is light enough I could hold no problems up here. And now we've just invited a nice warm framing here, and if I wanted to involve someone else, I could, and I could not do that otherwise. And then I can go way up here, look down like this. Let me tilt you down as far as we can get you, like this. And I can casually interview someone if I wanted to interview someone like this. If I was out and about, run and gun, you know. Boom, 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 like that, you know. But your arm will get tired, and if your arm does get tired, there is a solution to that. The solution is this beautiful tripod mount looking thing here, which is similar. We've seen this before in Sony. This has the detachable controller here. Boom! Slides down into this, which it holds it really well. So there's no issues of this thing sliding out. Full aluminium design. It is rock solid. These legs will swing out like so, and there's like a little magnets in here to grip these legs down. Boop. So a little steel going on here, I guess. That's what this material is, but the whole thing is this, you know. And there's a button right here to push in and rotate this 180 degrees, and it will click in at 90-degree points, something like that. Yeah, look at that. Lock in. Boom. So that is awesome. The 1/4-inch thread thing up here at the top is metal. You get, with both of these, you do get a hex key for adjustments, a dongle with each one, and a Type-C cable for charging, because these controllers will recharge. So there's no batteries to worry about, and supposedly you get something crazy like 80 hours or something like that off this thing, which is fantastic. It's a lot to unpack. You don't get the boom with this thing though, but you do get this awesome tripod. It's fantastic. It's so great. And the rubber on here, which was on the plastic one as well, the boom pole there, it allows a tacky grip whenever you're screwing this thing in. Works phenomenal to keep that from drifting, so it's kind of spongy, grippy. Locks it in. We're locked in. Not turning. Now let me see. I could got a little play in that, so I'm going to tighten this down just a smidge because of the lens is pretty heavy. Boom. No drifting down. Easy enough. Rock solid, dude. Look at that. Boom. 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 It's held. That's holding pretty good, dude. That is nice. Strong. Strong, strong, strong. And then you just kick these legs out like so. Set it on the table. And you're good to go. Did that rhyme? And then you could just set this thing over, and now you got the flippy out screen here to view yourself. We're synced up with the remote. We did that earlier, and this is interchangeable. So if you own both, you can just swap the one that your camera has with it and just keep these two together if you wanted to, and use the other one for another camera or something like that. Boom, there we go. This thing is rock solid. The feet on this, it has some rubber feet down in here, but my God, that is a fantastic. Nothing plastic about this except for the controller part of it. Everything else is a metal base to it. It is strong. It is sturdy. You can hold it up like this, set it down like I said earlier. But this thing is built like a tank. Look at that. How fast you can just boom, rip that down and it stays right where you put it. That's pretty freaking impressive. And then you got the swivel action going on. Locks back in. Boom, boom, boom. It stays. That is extremely cool. That is a solid freaking product. Good job. Now that we've looked at, and really there's not much to kind of go in depth with, we know what boom poles are, we know what tripods are, these little leg mounts, we've seen them before, but this is pretty solid. This is worth the money because it's cheaper than the Sony one, and what's the difference? It syncs right up right when you turn this on. It pairs immediately to your camera, to your Bluetooth with it on, with a remote on for the Canon. It seemed like it just picked up and worked correctly with the Sony by turning on the Bluetooth. So it connects right away when you turn it on, so there's not this constant having to reconnect and go into the settings and do things. So I am a big fan. This is going to be a part of my life for sure, filming for a really long time, especially with this thing. This one and this one's going to go everywhere with me, because if I'm out running and gunning around, I can slip this tripod in my pocket if I needed to do something away from me, take out the controller and go, because you have that Bluetooth range. So anywhere that you're going to go, it should connect with to hit record. And the cool thing is, like I said, this flash of red light in the front, so if I have some distance, I know I'm recording with distance there. So there's got to be some negatives. Glorious product for sure. Of course, there are a few little negatives, I think. There are some really clever camera companies out there that are able to tuck away the hex keys, the dongles, and things like that inside of the body of the device itself, so it's easily accessible. And the last thing I want to do is leave this in the car, or have to have this in my pocket. to make an adjustment if something becomes loose, because I'm sure over time, why wouldn't it become loose? It's just natural. It's nature, man. It happens. But right now, man, this is like totally rock solid. I'm impressed by that. That is amazing to me. But anyway, it would have been cool if this could have been tucked away into the body and the dongle into the body as well. There's not much room there, but it could have possibly magnetized at least the hex key into the leg. The dongle, you know, whatever, I don't care about that, but having a place to put that hex key in this leg or something like that would have been fantastic to have been able to have done that. And in this as well, to have a slot that just magnetizes this and it goes shoop in here, and then whenever I need it, I can just pull this out and tighten this up if I needed to, with this being plastic, all plastic. But I totally like it. And one other thing to note is everything else is nice, like the zoom toggles up and down. It's not buttons to push, and all the other buttons are great. But the on-off switch, I wish it was more clicky into place. Like that slides a little bit too freely for me, and that may slide on or off, sliding this thing in and out of my pocket or satchel or whatever I'm putting it in. It's a little bit too much give for the on and off. But outside of that, those are the two negatives that I have, is just really a place to put the hex key on the device itself or on the item, and the slider on off switch. So just pay attention to that, and probably have this somewhere, put it in your car and just leave it or something like that, because you may need that. I don't know. But this has been the product line here of the Ironbee, the boom pole, and the little tripod, little handheld tripod thing, which is phenomenal. It's well made. They thought of everything except for where to put the hex key, and they skimped a little on the on-off switch. But other than that, I don't think that would should stop you from buying it. This is a powerhouse. This worked phenomenally great to be plastic. I was impressed that it was able to carry this heavy camera, because the lens is pretty heavy. And I do trust it on this, so make sure to check these out. Down in the YouTube description, I have links to those for sure if you're in the market for it. This is a good combo to have, to add to your arsenal. And make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that bell so you get notified on the next really cool product. I'm glad that these exist for sure. Thanks. Appreciate that, Inkee. See ya.